talking like let's say I DM a girl or I get a girl number or, you know what I'm saying, a girl at the studio. Just know my baby mama don't care.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
Oh, shit.
Hello.
Oh, my God. No, drop me now.
T.I. is not happy right now because word on the street is that King Harris has gotten another woman pregnant, and this time she's having twins. Now, if you thought the first baby caught everyone off guard, this second situation is already looking 10 times messier. Let's not forget, the first time King announced he had a child, it came out of nowhere. He and Big Nana weren't even really a couple in the public eye. One day, she's pregnant, and the next, King's posting like he's a dad now. Even T.I. looked blindsided back then, and fans still whisper about whether it was a fling gone too far. Now imagine how he's reacting to the news that there might be 2 more babies on the way with a completely different woman. Here's where it gets even crazier. People online are pulling up all the signs that King's been reckless for a while. His relationship with Big Nana never really looked like love, more like co-parenting. He even admitted himself that she lets him see other women, no drama. Add that to the fights, the arrests, the live stream antics, and it paints the picture of someone who's not ready for fatherhood, let alone 3 kids under 2. So, is this rumor true, and did T.I. really blow up on King over it? That's where this story takes a turn, because if history tells us anything, King has a way of dragging his family into chaos every single time. Before we even get into these new twins rumors, let's rewind for a second. Because the way King handled his first pregnancy is exactly why fans believe this story could be true. Back then, nobody saw it coming. King wasn't posting some long-term girlfriend, he wasn't talking about building a family, nothing. Then all of a sudden, Big Nana pops up pregnant, and just like that, King's a dad. Even T.I. looked blindsided, because you could tell from the way he spoke about it later that this wasn't some carefully planned moment. It was more like King dropped the news on his parents at the same time as everybody else. And that's where the speculation really started. People swore King had knocked her up during a casual hookup, maybe even on some groupie type situation. Of course, nothing's confirmed, but that's been the word online ever since. And honestly, when you look at how fast everything moved, it's not hard to see why people thought that. One day he's wilding out online, the next day he's got a son, a baby mama, and his whole family scrambling to keep up appearances. And that's where things get even more interesting, because if the first pregnancy already had T.I. frustrated, imagine his reaction to a second one with twins. When you really look at King and Big Nana, nothing about them feels like a couple in love. From the start, their whole thing has looked more like a situation they had to deal with, not something they actually chose. Every time they're seen together, it's stiff. No affection, no warmth, just 2 people who happen to share a child. Fans caught on quick. The comments under their posts are always pointing it out. People say they look like business partners more than boyfriend and girlfriend. And honestly, they're not wrong. I mean, just take a look at this clip from their baby shower.
This a message for all y'all niggas who don't got y'all kids. My boy having kids every day. You feel me? Go get your damn children. Stop taking the children to your mama house. Your mama can't watch it. The boy got his children every day.
That's why the first pregnancy already had so many people suspicious. People were saying she was older, that she planned it, that King got caught slipping. Now, when people actually checked her age, it turns out they're basically the same. But once that idea spread online, it stuck. Everyone painted her as the girl who trapped him, even if the receipts didn't back it up. And let's be real, King hasn't exactly gone out of his way to prove anybody wrong. He doesn't show her off, he doesn't act like he's in love. It's just him occasionally posting her with a baby, that's it. It doesn't look like a real relationship, it looks like 2 young parents figuring out how to coexist, just like in this video. Which is why people aren't shocked by these new pregnancy rumors. If the foundation wasn't strong to begin with, nobody's surprised King might have been looking elsewhere. And that's where the story really takes a turn, because once King started opening his mouth about what his baby mama actually lets him get away with, the internet knew it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. In one of his streams, he admitted that his baby mama doesn't even care if he's out here seeing other women. He said it like it was nothing, almost bragging that she's not the type to check him or call him out. Think about that for a second. Most guys with a kid at home know better than to go around parading side chicks. But King, he's saying his situation is wide open. That means every time someone sees him with another girl, they assume it's fair game, even if that girl ends up pregnant. Here's him admitting it, saying his baby mama lets him see other girls as long as there's no drama.
Like, shawty, don't say, you got a baby. I'm a good baby daddy. I ain't got no baby mama problems. My baby mama is one of the most player baby mamas, you know what I'm saying, known to mankind. So, like, what the f*** you talking about? Don't try to, like, I don't, you got a baby, you got, man, beat it. Beat it. My job, if I'm talking like, let's say I DM a girl, or I get a girl number, or, you know what I'm saying, a girl at the studio, just know my baby mama don't care. So you cannot do, like, no, like, don't try to pull, like, no king with, no. My baby mama don't care. So you can't, like, it's like you're not up in one, you're not, like, you know, you're just here because I'm able to do that.
And that's why these new rumors about twins don't sound far-fetched to fans. If you're telling the world your baby mama lets you do what you want, then nobody's shocked when somebody else pops up saying they're expecting. People are like, well, he basically admitted it himself. It also explains why his relationship with Big Nana has never looked like love. If she's okay with him running around, then what they have isn't romance, it's an arrangement. He provides, she holds it down with the kid, and he gets to do whatever outside of that. Messy, but that's how he made it sound.
Natural, healthy. That's the way God made you.
Yeah.
But he broke the mold when he...
They all got the same structure face.
He made me very special.
It sure
They
did.
just got different hairstyles.
And here's the thing, T.I. knows all this too. Imagine being a father, watching your son tell thousands of people online that he can cheat freely with no drama. For someone like T.I., who's already dealt with public scandals of his own, this has to feel like deja vu. So when whispers started about King getting another girl pregnant, people immediately pictured T.I. losing it behind the scenes. Because if the first baby blindsided him, this second one feels like a disaster waiting to happen. Now here's the thing about King Harris. None of this really comes as a surprise. Even before he became a dad, his name was already tied to chaos. Take the Waffle House incident. King went viral after getting into a screaming match with employees at the restaurant. He was loud, threatening, trying to prove he was tough in front of a crowd over some food. And this is the meltdown everyone couldn't stop sharing. King turning a late-night Waffle House run into a full-blown spectacle.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here, come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here, I'll show you what I do. Come here, come here. Come on, we out here. We out here. I'm outside. Okay. I'm outside. Come on, shake some. Come on, shake some. Come on, shake some. Hey, get your employees. Get your employees. Yeah, sucker something in this. Tell your mama happy mother. And you still talking inside though. You still talking inside though. Why you inside? You can't stop me from doing shit. Let me get my food. Thank you. Just talking like they like that, they ain't like that. Before I get back here and pistol with me.
Even T.I. had to step in on Instagram later, basically saying he didn't understand why his son felt the need to act out like that. That's not something you expect to see from the child of a hip-hop legend, but King has always been different. Then there was his arrest. Cops pulled him over after he almost hit a patrol car coming out of a gas station. And when they searched him, they found a gun on his hip. Add in the fact that he had an open warrant because he skipped out on a court date from an earlier DUI and suspended license charge. It was a mess. This was the clip that had everybody saying King was moving reckless. Him in cuffs, locked in the back of a police car while the cameras rolled.
We're gonna be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure this.
Moments like that painted a picture early on. King wasn't moving like someone with discipline or focus. He was moving reckless, making headlines for all the wrong reasons. And when someone already has a history of fighting, getting arrested, skipping court, and bragging online, you don't exactly expect them to suddenly settle down once a baby arrives. People have been saying for years that King doesn't think before he acts. And that's exactly how situations like this happen. And you guys can now see why nobody blinked when talk of twins started spreading. Because for King, recklessness has always been the norm. But for T.I., this was the breaking point. Think about it. The first baby already blindsided him. One minute King was just being messy online. The next minute he's a dad and T.I. is trying to play the supportive father in public. Behind the scenes though, you could tell he wasn't thrilled about how fast it all went down. Here's T.I. himself on a podcast, admitting King was expecting and even joking about raising him the same harsh way he was raised.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
Now fast forward to these new rumors. Another woman, twins on the way, and King out here acting like it's no big deal? That's the kind of thing that could make any parent snap, especially one as protective of his image as T.I. Sources online have been buzzing that T.I. blew up on King, reminding him he's barely got his first situation under control. Fans say it wasn't just about the new pregnancy itself, it was about the pattern, the fights, the arrests, the disrespect, and now dragging more drama into the family name. T.I. has worked for decades to build his reputation, and suddenly his son keeps giving the blogs ammo week after week. And here's the twist. T.I. isn't new to scandal either. He's had his share of headlines over the years, but the difference is he's old enough to know how damaging it can be. Watching King walk down the same road, only louder and messier, probably feels like watching history repeat itself in the worst way. So if he really did blow up on King, it wasn't just anger, it was fear. Fear that his son is creating a cycle that'll be impossible to clean up. And that fear is exactly what makes the fallout even more dramatic, because once this story hit the blogs, everybody had something to say. Now, once the story hit the blogs, the internet didn't hold back. Fans had plenty to say, and a lot of it wasn't sympathy for King at all. One comment summed it up harshly. T.I. and Tiny created that monster. They thought his little smart mouth was cute. Now he is big and out of order. Spare the rod. That's the type of reaction that shows people aren't just blaming King, they're blaming his parents for letting him run wild when he was younger. The same mouth that made people laugh on reality TV is now the same mouth getting him dragged online. Here's a throwback of King as a kid, arguing with his parents on the show and already being loud and defiant.
That school just honestly,
it's the whole school just.
But you wanna know what we do know?
What?
Homeschool would be better because you pick. No, what are you saying? No, this is beneficial for me. I can work whenever I want to and then get right in the studio.
Another fan brought up the double standard in the Harris household, writing, "So T.I. was always taking his daughter to the gynecologist while his son was the active one." That hit different because it reminded everyone of that old controversy when T.I. admitted to policing Deja's body. Now fast forward, and the son is the one running reckless with multiple women. People are calling it ironic, and honestly, it makes T.I. look even more frustrated, like all his efforts went into the wrong place. And here's T.I. back then, saying it himself about taking his daughter to the doctor.
Not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
And later in a different interview, he doubled down on the whole gynecologist visit situation.
I was taking the bullets, and that's not, and I don't have a problem with that, until I had different directives. Okay, go ahead, make it stop.
Right.
Clear it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I would not be here today had I not had those different directives. I'd still be sitting in silence.
And of course, the child support talk started flying as soon as the word twins got attached to King's name. One fan warned, child support is a MF. Yeah, King better stand on a lot of business because the judge is going to stand on his. Bet that people were quick to remind him that being a celebrity's son doesn't mean the system will let him slide. 2 kids with 2 different women could get very expensive, very fast. That's why the fallout feels bigger than just gossip. It's not just about King maybe getting another girl pregnant, it's about how messy it makes the whole family look. T.I. and Tiny are catching strays, old scandals are being dug back up, and fans are already calculating how child support and drama could pile up before King even hits 22. And if that wasn't enough, people aren't just dragging King, they're putting the blame back on T.I. and Tiny. Every new rumor feels like proof to fans that the same parenting style that once looked entertaining on reality TV has now completely backfired. So at this point, whether the twins' story is true or not almost doesn't matter. King has once again thrown his family into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, and this time he's dragging the Harris legacy down with him.